You're watching the PCTV Network, your hometown station. We're home for you. Featuring shows you'll only see here, like Financially Speaking with Jeff Bush, Trips and Tips with Adele Klein, Legal Talk, sponsored by OWM Law, Dollars and Cents, brought to you by St. Pedro and Associates, Spotlight on Pottstown Schools, Car Stories with Mike Yanessa, Living on the Edge with Dr. Russ Moyer, Dean Liette Show, produced by D&H Productions, Motormouth, sponsored by the Boyertown Museum of Historic Vehicles, plus the very best in local sports action, only on the PCTV Network, channels 22, 28, and 98, streaming all content 24/7. The PCTV Network, more than the sum total of all its parts. Stay tuned.
Hey, even when you're dealing with real estate, you need a tough guy for you. So, I'm your man. If you're going to sell your house, I dare you not to call Terry Musser, because I'm going to do everything I can. I dare you to knock this off. But seriously, we are sensitive to your needs. I've sold hundreds of homes. We have all the right tools, advertising, PCTV, Zillow, Trulia, ColdWellBanker.com. So you call me. I'll do what it takes, and you have my personal guarantee. I dare you.
It's Earth's Little Heaven, the PCTV Network. PCTV Network, your hometown station. We're home for you. That's our slogan, but I dare adjust. And it's the truth, and it fits best. The PCTV Network, your number one source for local sports, with your favorite hosts, Bernie, Dave, Al, and Scott. The PCTV Network, we're home for you. It's more than a slogan, it's all true. Local programming, stream 24/7. The PCTV Network, it's Earth's Little Heaven. The PCTV Network. Check out channels 22, 28, and 98. Tune in, it's sure to be great. The PCTVNetwork.com, The PCTVNetwork.com, The PCTVNetwork.com, Make sure you support PCTV Network, PCTVNetwork.com, your hometown station.
From the Perkiomen Valley Senior High School, the PCTV Network Sports presents Pac-10 Boys Basketball. Tonight, it's the championship between the Pottsgrove Falcons and the Methacton Warriors. Good evening, everyone. This is Dave Reinauer, joined by Dave Caldwell. And Dave, Pottsgrove gets here by way of winning the Frontier Division and a round one win over Boyertown. What do you expect to see out of the Falcons here tonight?
Well, they're coming in hot. They've won 3 in a row. Very athletic team, the most athletic team in the league. They present a lot of problems with their quickness. They have depth. Their starting 5, everyone averages over 8 points a game, and their pressure defense is what's been getting them to this point, and Coach Palladino's hoping for a big effort tonight.
Well, on the other side of the court, obviously no strangers to this game. Methacton used to being in the finals. They lost the last couple, however, but Jeff Dernstein does a heck of a job. They win big in round number 1. They're coming in on a high.
Yeah, they are. They're hot as well. They've won 5 in a row, and they have presented a lot of problems because they really stretch the floor on you. They're well balanced. Again, all their starters average 8 points a game, but they stretch the floor a little bit more than Pottsgrove because they have some better three-point shooters inside, outside, and they play great team basketball at both ends of the floor. Should be a great ball game.
Now, Methacton starts 5 seniors. Do you see that as an advantage? However, Pottsgrove does have some depth as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Methacton probably by a razor's edge with experience. Both teams coming in with a little chip. Methacton's chip on their shoulders is we've lost the last 2 years. Pottsgrove's chip is, hey, we lost here earlier in the regular season. Both coaches have won a Pac-10 title. Should be an outstanding contest.
Well, we're moments away from the opening tip. Dave and I will be back with that right after this.
Meet Joe Can Do That. Joe Can Do That can fix anything. He can fix your car. He can fix your vacuum cleaner. He can even fix your electrical problems. But do you really want him to? Call Gehringer Mechanical today for all your electrical needs. Joe Can Do That does.
At Distinctive Realty by Design, we take a process that's normally stressful and time-consuming and make it smoother, easier, and more enjoyable, not to mention more affordable. A proven process, all the resources, a dream come true. Reinvent your lifestyle with Distinctive Realty by Design. The best part is, we invest in you, from appraisal, staging, and marketing to preparation and moving, while helping to lift the burden from your shoulders. Ready to learn more? Contact us today for a complimentary tour. Thank you.
Tired of waiting in long lines for your prescriptions? Well, Professional Pharmacy has the answer, offering you fast, friendly, and free prescription delivery right to your front door. So stop waiting in those long lines and call Professional Pharmacy today.
Well, if you don't think that we can, well, think twice.
Conveniently located in Pottstown and Pennsburg.
For more than 50 years, Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery has served its community with expert dental care, offering patients dental implants and a full menu of procedures for many types of dental problems, including bone grafting, wisdom teeth, impacted canines, facial trauma, jaw surgery, oral pathology, TMJ disorders, and sleep apnea. Get the smile you've always wanted. Contact Pottstown Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery today.
Hey, Terry Musser here. Doing whatever it takes as always. People ask me, can I still do a cartwheel? I can. But when we work with you, we're not only going to do cartwheels, we're going to bend over backwards. And as always, you have my personal guarantee. Call us.
Nary BIE's Pottstown Home Show will be returning to Sunnybrook. For more information or directions, call 610-323-1700 or visit narybie.org on the web. We welcome you to come and see what's new for your home and meet local home, garden, and service businesses at Nary BIE's Pottstown Home Show at Sunnybrook. See you there.
We're moments away from the opening tip-off here at Perkiomen Valley Senior High School. The Frank Manley Final Four, Dave Ridenauer and Dave Caldwell bringing you all the action. Pottsgrove will be the visitors tonight. They are going to be announced first as we're going to hear the starting lineups. They will wear the dark jerseys. Methacton, the home team, in the white. Number zero for Pottsgrove. Okay, they're going to do the whole team. Announcing some of the subs at this moment. Juan Nichols, Scotty Exley, Tyler Hibbs, Louis Gibbs, Nick Chernu, and Nick DeCurtis are some of the guys who will come off the bench for Scott Palladino. It's going to be loud in here tonight, gang, so bear with us as we try to keep everything rolling here at the finals. And here we go with the starting lineups.
Number 3, Nazir Goldston.
This is a junior, number 3, Nazir Goldston, 6'2" wing player.
Jared May.
Number 2, Jaron Wade. He's one of the primary ball handlers for Coach Palladino. Jaden Mays, number 1.
Number 10, Mike Fowler.
Mike Fowler, the all-around athlete premier football player in the Pac-10, the MVP this year, doing his thing. And Anthony Hedgepeth, 6'3" senior. Dale Doctor had been in the starting lineup. They made that little switch. They're going to go with Mays and Wade in the backcourt.
And the head coach is Scott Palladino.
Now for the number 1 overall seed, the Methacton Warriors, 12-1 in the league, 13-1 now with their big win over Phoenixville in the round number 1.
Number 15. Ethan Jones.
Some of the bench players, Ethan Jones wears number 13. Number 15, Patrick O'Neill. Expect to see him off the bench. Eric Marburger, number 23, a very valuable senior off the bench. Derek Ellis, another senior off the bench. David, let me ask you this before we get going here. Do you think both coaches are going to shorten their bench a little bit in this ball game?
That's usually a staple in the championship game. The benches usually get shortened. I think the big key tonight is, can Pottsgrove limit the turnovers, and can Pottsgrove force Methacton off the dribble? If they let them catch and shoot and run their stuff, they're in trouble.
All right, here is the starting 5 for the Methacton Warriors under Jeff Dernstein. Senior Tommy Dyer wears number 11. 6'6". That guy, it's going to be a tough matchup for Pottsgrove. Sean Mann, one of those all-around guards at 6'2". Remember, they start 5 seniors. Number 21, he's the guy, the defensive stopper, coming off a big game where he held Christian Kelly to 13 points below his season average, TJ Tornetta. Another part of the Twin Towers inside, number 24, Chris McCarthy at 6'6", and Justin Ordman, maybe their best all-around player, David.
Yeah, he's hot. He's already committed verbally to Gettysburg. Had a chance to visit with Coach a little bit about that, and he has certainly played so well for the Warriors this season.
Well, it's interesting to see that Coach Palladino's already made a change, starting both Jaron Mays and Jaron Wade, as he's going to go with a smaller backcourt and maybe try to pressure the guards for Methacton. As you can tell, it's going to be loud in here as the Methacton student body is out. This is the way the games should be played, and it's going to be very exciting here for 32 minutes down at Kirk Valley Senior High School. We got a good 3-man officiating crew. We're ready for a good one.
Pottsgrove students to our left, Methacton students to our right. Great atmosphere, full house, championship basketball.
Stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. Here we go. And here's the opening toss. And Pottsgrove wins. That's number 10, Michael Fowler. That's Wade, number 2. He's one of the primary ball handlers and shooters. Methacton coming out straight man-to-man to see what kind of offense Pottsgrove can run. And there's a quick travel. Yeah. There's the turnover that you talked about.
Yeah, the unforced turnovers are going to be big for Pottsgrove tonight. Can they get to the basket? Can they get shots? And can they use that great athleticism that they have to get second and third opportunities against the Warriors?
Well, you talk about second and third opportunities. Pottsgrove got out-rebounded 40 to 19 against in round number 1 against Boyertown. I was going to ask you, David, how do you combat that big disparity?
That was shocking to me. Totally shocking to see them get out-rebounded. And you know, Coach Palladino made it a point of emphasis in practice on Monday.
Absolutely. Michael Fowler, certainly at 5'11", maybe 6 foot on a good day, is a guy who rebounds much better than his height would allow, but surely it falls a lot on Anthony Hedgepeth, number 22. He's got to get inside. And there's a good strong take, but Pottsgrove does a good job of team defense, and this is Wade. Looks to push, finds somebody open up inside. There's Fowler with the first 2 points in the ball game. Michael Fowler gets Pottsgrove on board first.
Nice job by the Falcons at the other end. It started with the defense.
Nice little scoop shot inside, but look at that. Pottsgrove again, 1 and done for Methacton. Good defensive rebounding.
Yeah, 1 and done plus both. They forced them to put the ball on the floor. That is the key. Methacton, an excellent catch and shoot team.
There's Wade with the underhand scoop, and he can't get the roll. A nice save inside by McCarthy. There's Ardman, and he travels with it. Another turnover. They don't want to get into a track meet with the Falcons.
No, and a great play by Mays, moving his feet, staying in front of him. Very impressive start for the Falcons.
Again, this is Jared Wade, number 2. He's made 16 threes on the year. He handles the rock. Again, there's Fowler. He's a southpaw. Tough matchup for him, and that rims out, and it's one and done. Sean Mann looks to push. That's Tornetta. Again, Pottsgrove gets their hands on a lot of balls because of that athleticism and quickness. There's Hedgepeth. Pretty nice strong take. Anthony Hedgepeth, the 6'3" senior. And Pottsgrove draws first blood up 4-zip.
Yeah, it was interesting. Had a chance to see Sam Stewart's column in the Mercury today. Picked Pottsgrove by 2 in an upset.
And that settles the crowd down a little bit. Tom Dyer, big old number 11, 6'6". But again, these first 3 minutes, David, you've been in this game many times. There's a little bit of nerves. There's a little bit of excitement. They'll settle down here once everything gets back to normal, if you will.
Yeah, no question about it. And you're probably going to be a little more nervy for the Falcons, having not been here. The Warriors have been here as Wade knocks down a jumper.
Oh, there's a good pass inside, but there's a kick ball. Okay.
All right, take a look at our first PCTV Network replay of the night. Hedgepeth, what a great athletic play. Going left, laying up with the right hand off the window.
That's good defense here by Golston. As he
wow.
takes it all the way down the court, and he scores. And you can see this team that Pottsgrove plays. 4 guys in the scorebook already. Oh, there's a nice move right down the lane. And the first foul tonight will be gone on Hedgepeth, number 22.
All right, let's take a look at Goldston. Watch this. Oh, just tremendous body control and spin.
Well, you mentioned the fact, David, that Methacton did win their only meeting in the regular season by 11 points. Pottsgrove certainly learned a lot from that. They're trying to make their adjustments as foul shooting could come into play here tonight, as neither team really shoots the ball that well from the foul line.
Now it's interesting, Dave. Watch the matchup, Fowler against McCarthy. Now, that presents a problem for Methacton. They like to play man-to-man, but if they're going to put Fowler on McCarthy, I'd like to see Fowler go one-on-one, try to beat him off the dribble.
There's Fowler with that first step. Well, he's really quick, and obviously McCarthy gives him that respect. He's going to make him beat him from the outside, which is probably a smart way to play. Again, straight man-to-man, and there's the bomb from outside. It comes up a little short, and there's Ardner with the rebound. But good, Pottsgrove does a good job of getting back and stopping that fast break. There's Tornetta coming off a big night. He rims out, and there's some of that height inside as McCarthy gets the putback.
McCarthy with inside position. The big fella is tough to handle there. You got to put a body on him.
Like Coach Palladino's maybe ready to get to his bench and bring in some reserves. Wants to keep those guys fresh. We know they are a deep squad. There's Wade is a little strong with it. Fowler runs it down and saves it out to Hedgepeth. Good hustle that time by Michael Fowler. Look at that strong take.
There it is. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. Michael Fowler shows you that athletic ability. He's now got 4 here in quarter number 1 as Pottsgrove lead bumps up to 5. Good look inside to Ardman. There's Ardman, the guy you talked about, going to Gettysburg, going to play at the next level. That's a nice spot for him to go.
Yeah, nice execution by Methacton. Little flex cut, finding the big senior inside.
Ardman comes in as the leading scorer for Methacton, a little over 13 a game. And there's a good strip inside by Dyer. There's Ardman again. Avoids a carry, look inside, and now they're using their height, and that's McCarthy's second bucket as it's down to 1. 10-9 in favor of Pottsgrove with 3:01 to go here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, interesting. It feels like Pottsgrove's off to a great start, and we've played 5 minutes and they're only up 1 basket, so just shows you what kind of team Methacton has.
And there's a bomb outside as Wade knocks in the first 3. of the night. Like I said, Jaron Wade, 5'8" point guard, make 16 coming into the ball game, make that 17. There's that flex cut inside again that had work. And Sean Mann's foot was on the line, and Pottsgrove gets another turnover.
Yeah, good call by the official, right on it, right there on the baseline.
Deion Doctor, number 11, checks into the ball game. He starts a lot of games. He's one of the juniors that Coach Palladino has a lot of faith in. He's going to give number 1, Jared Mays, a quick breather. They get a little bit bigger inside now. That clanks off the back iron. There's Tommy Dwyer looking for a guard. Finds Tornetta. A little give and go inside. Beautiful basketball inside. TJ Tornetta with the give and go. And there's a mental mistake there on the inbounds play. Deion Doctor just didn't quite have a grip on it. Steps in bounds on the inbounds play.
Watch this great little two-man game. Ellis, gorgeous bounce underneath for his teammate.
Try to do it again, but there's Michael Fowler. He's right around the ball. Give it to him. There you go. There's the way to run the ball. That's Deion Doctor right there. And Pottsgrove gets out and runs the break. That's textbook, David.
Yeah, great quick hands by the Falcons. Out and running.
Justin Ordman answers, though, as we got constant action, back and forth, up and down. That's good D by Ordman there, cutting off the lane to the basket. That's Wade. This is Hedgepeth. Outside. That's Doctor, number 11. And Wade doing a good job getting in there with an offensive rebound and an opportunity for 2 from the charity stripe.
And also a nice job by Doctor drawing it and then tipping it to his teammates, staying with it, Doctor, even though he missed it.
Wade comes in as the leading foul shooter for Pottsgrove at 70%. One of the Achilles heels of the Falcons has been from the charity stripe. He doesn't get the friendly roll. Again, both coaches trying to keep their guys fresh as this kind of night. Louis Gibbs, number 13, who's had a good solid year for the Falcons, checks in. As well as my guy, number 15, Patrick O'Neal, that sophomore, really impressed me in a couple of games earlier.
Louis Gibbs reminds me of a little Vinnie Johnson, the microwave, comes in off the bench and can heat up quick from outside. Keep an eye on him.
Well, he's made 25 threes this year. He likes it from beyond. There's Ardman, gets the friendly roll inside. He's got a half a dozen here. As it's now a 1-point game. Pottsgrove 16-15 over the Warriors. Still straight man-to-man for Methacton. Little sag inside. There's a pass. They force it to Fowler and another turnover. That's Derek Ellis, number 42. They got him out in the corner. McCarthy wants it down low. He's got a big mismatch on Wade. They can't get it to him. There's Tornetta. Good look inside. That's the way to use the mismatch. As Methacton takes their first lead of the night with 33 seconds to go here in quarter number 1.
Gorgeous drive and dish to the big fella.
Boy, Tornetta's been playing so much better in the second half. He did a great job on Christian Kelly the other night, held him to 9 points, shot 6 for 7 from the field. He's really coming on to his own. Check out number 21, senior TJ Tornetta, as Pottsgrove holds for the last shot, David.
There's Fowler on that mismatch.
Yep. I don't think there's any time left. No time left. That'll do it for exciting quarter number 1. I tell you, Methacton leads for the first time, 17-16.
Open now since 2011, Royersford Veterinary Hospital is a full-service small animal hospital treating dogs, cats, and small mammals. Dr. Namola has 16 years of experience in the veterinary field. Royersford Veterinary Hospital offers preventive care examinations, vaccinations, and parasite prevention for patients through all life stages, from pediatric care to geriatric screening. The hospital has a fully equipped laboratory, radiology, sterile surgery, and dental equipment for all your pet's medical and surgical needs. For the feline patients, the hospital offers a feline-friendly atmosphere and a feline-exclusive boarding suite. Dr. DeMola and her knowledgeable, caring staff can answer all your questions about proper health care. Stop on by the hospital anytime to meet the staff or tour the facility. Royersford Veterinary Hospital wants to be your other family doctor.
All right, let's take a look at another one of our replays. Watch Ardman with the drive. Look at those eyes and that concentration on the rim.
Well, it looks like every shot is going to be contested here tonight. As again, Pottsgrove doing a good job athletically, trying to cut off those drives to the basket, but both Ardman and Sean Mann can get it to the goal.
And that's what the dangerous problem of Methacton is. They can go inside and outside with Dyer, and Mann can dial it up from long distance. Tornetta can knock some down too as well, so they present major problems. Let's see if they adjust now and go to the outside game, and how Pottsgrove adjusts defensively as well.
Well, we talked about both teams sort of epitomizing the team effort. Both squads have 5 guys in the scoring book. There's the first 3 from Methacton, and that's a little long. And there's going to be a push, I think, on Michael Fowler on that loose ball. Yep, that'll be Michael Fowler's first foul. Really, for as exciting as that first quarter was, only 2 fouls were called.
Guys moving their feet, playing good, solid defense.
There's Dyer inside with a little mismatch. But Fowler does a good job of bodying him up. There's Ellis as he loses control. And Wade is on the breakout. And nice. Wade with a nice roll. He now has 8. Jaron Wade doing a good job leading the Pottsgrove Falcons with 8 here in the first half.
Liked how Wade took it to the other side of the rim with the Methacton defender, and they're off again.
There's Louis Gibbs doing a good job of stripping his man and taking it to the goal. There you talked about that athleticism. He liked that matchup. That was a strip out near half court. He takes it in for the left hand.
Boy, Mays really getting after him, creating all kinds of havoc.
Oh, there's that nice little give and go again. That time Derek Ellis is in the recipient of a good pass as he gets in the scorebook for his first 2 points of the evening.
Great play by McCarthy. You know, their leading scorer draws a lot of attention and then becomes unselfish.
It just looks like he can get to that basket anytime he wants to. He has that ability to just knife between the defenders and rise up to the goal.
Oh.
There's more defense. Oh, they're going to call out a charge on Michael Fowler. Coach Palladino didn't like it.
No. Let's take a look at it. You make the call at home. I think he's there, but whether he was too far underneath the basket, I'd love to see that cup put in high school.
We don't have the dotted line, the little semicircle under there.
Let's take a look at it, maybe a better look from this angle. Yeah, look, he's right even with the box. That would probably be in the college game, would be a block call.
They'll give Ellis a lot of credit for getting back there and standing there and taking that guy. Michael Fowler certainly with a reputation that can hit people. And there's a good answer at the other end by Tom Dyer as Methacton makes his first 3, and we're knotted up at 22.
Yeah, you talk about guys in the Pac-10 didn't want to take Fowler on with pads, and Ellis took him on without pads.
Absolutely. Oh, that's a little force there that time. Wade had done a pretty good job of not forcing and playing within himself. But there he almost atones for it with a kneel steal. And, you know, he looks over to Coach Palladino and says, my bad, I'm trying to force it. And sometimes these young guys get so caught up in the motion of the game, David.
Yeah, no question about it. Now, I think another big quandary for Pottsgrove is Fowler with 2. They're going to leave him in there. Boy, they don't want him to pick up number 3.
And there's going to be a foul on Goldston. Now, Zier Goldston picks up his first foul. and that'll send Ardman to the line. You know, Ardman's one of those sneaky guys, David. He has a pretty good first step, and he gets to that basket a lot more than you thought.
Shoots with the left hand and just really has a great feel for the game, has a high basketball IQ. You love his decision making and all the little things he does for the Warriors.
He comes in shooting 70% from the stripe, and he bangs in a deuce. He now has 8 to lead the Warriors as they have a 2-point lead with 5:42 to go. Dave Ridenour, Dave Caldwell bringing you all the action, the exciting action of this Pac-10 final down at Perk Valley. There's Louis Gibbs with the left-handed bomb. That's long off the back iron, and McCarthy sweeps, and Tornetta looks to push. And a pop and stop, and that's a little long, and that'll go over to Pottsgrove. Pottsgrove really has done a nice job of concentrating on those defensive boards.
Yeah, and they've done a nice job with that, and they forced Dyer to put it on the floor there. He came off the curl, normally would like to shoot it, made it bounce once and shoot.
Well, I always said your percentage drops at least 25% when you have to put it on the floor at least 1 or 2 times than it does from standing still, that's for sure.
Ooh. Boy,
that's exciting action there as both teams giving it all up, trying to save that ball. Methacton, though, will bring it in underneath their basket.
One guy diving into the bench and the other guy banging in the doors going out to the lobby trying to save it.
Well, you know, this is the kind of game, too, David, where you have to be careful with every pass. You throw a lackadaisical pass, it's getting stolen. You throw a bad ball, it's going the other way. Somebody's getting a hand on it. There's Ardman, passes back out to Dyer. Dyer gets his second 3 in a row as the big guy, and Scott Palladino needs a timeout with 4:44 to go here in the first half. It is said there is only one thing certain about life, death, and taxes. Tax time is here, and the tax tacklers are ready to take on your taxes. With 24 years of experience, we know how to get it to you the best result. We don't just process your return, we plan your return. Visit www.taxtacklers.com for more information. Don't forget about our buddies down at the Klein Tours as well. Reserve your seats for the flower show. Give them a call for the flower and garden landscapes. The flower show February 28th through March 8th. Give them a collar there and check out their website. Back to the action here. This has been everything that everybody has wanted. Packed house at Perk Valley. 2 good teams going at it tooth and nail. And there's good defense by Methacton as they strip and look to run. That's Sean Mann. Why
Feet
not?
set again.
Why not? That's 3 in a row for the big fella. Big fella with the start trifecta. Tommy Dyer is feeling it.
3 threes, all 3 of them feet were set, catch and shoot.
Yep.
They have to get out and force them to put the ball on the floor.
Well, that's just good dribble penetration and kick outside, and that'll be an offensive, no defensive foul, okay.
All right, take another look at that great penetration and kick as Dyer dials it up from beyond.
That's Sean Mann's second foul. The only 2 fouls on Methacton were committed by number 12, Sean Mann. There's our guy, number 1, Jared Mays, 5'8" senior. And he gets it. Takes a lot of concentration shooting down here with the Methacton student body right in his ear. Mays averages 5 a game for Scott Palladino. One of those valuable guys. Tonight he got the start. Most times he comes off the bench as the 6th or 7th man, but they went with the 2 small guards to try to pressure Methacton. And he goes 2 for 2.
Nice job, Jaden. Looked real comfortable and confident.
Looked like you standing over that little 5-foot putt, David. There's a good strong take inside. Good recovery, though, by Pottsgrove. There's Fowler. Has to be careful with 2 fouls. And he plays good D and gets the rip. And a near steal there again by Derek Ellis. He's one of those valuable guys Love to have those seniors coming off the bench for you.
Yeah, they just present so many problems, have so many quality players, the Warriors. And big last 3:35 here of the half for Pottsgrove, because I don't think they want to go down double digits. They need to stay where they are and maybe make a little bit of mini run themselves.
Well, they're going to give Michael Fowler that outside jump shot. He's a lot more dangerous going to the bucket. And there's Methacton again. They don't panic, and they get it to their big guy. TJ Tornetta is really being the role of a playmaker tonight.
Yeah, doing a great job of drawing the maroon jerseys and finding the open man.
Methacton with their biggest lead of the night, up by 8 at 32-24 with just about 3 minutes to go in this ball game. And there's another long one, run down by McCarthy. Now you're seeing some of that disparity with the rebounding, David.
Yeah, Pottsgrove needs to get on that offensive glass a little bit. A lot of guys standing and watching the jumper. It's when you're in a championship game, there's no time left to stand and watch. You got to make things happen.
But again, I think some of that nervous energy is starting to come to the forefront now as well. As you can see, Pottsgrove's sort of a little tired right now. They're a little bit gassed. Look at this. They're still running that little base cut inside. Ardman travels with it. Good defense that time by number 11, Dayon Doctor. Good help side.
Yeah, nice double team by the Falcons.
We know a lot of guys don't understand when you're playing man-to-man, you can still help somebody out.
Yes.
You're just not saying, oh, I got my man. No, you got to help out. That time, Doctor did a heck of a job.
Great team defense. Wins you championships.
Little 1-4 set by Pottsgrove. There's Fowler.
That's what he's got to do.
Yeah. Whoa! He gets the friendly roll down here. He now has 8. Again, Michael Fowler wants to be very careful. He does not want to pick up that third foul with under 2 minutes to go here into the half. And there's Ardman recognizing, breaks down the defense. He now has 10 to lead his squad. Here's Wade. That's a good matchup. Fowler says, come on back and get the ball. Nope, I'm going to take it. Michael Fowler rims out. Doctor with a big, strong rebound. There's Hedgepeth with a bomb. That's long. They volleyball it up, and Tornetta comes down with it. TJ Tornetta. A little bit out of control there.
Oh,
look
beautiful.
Inside. Look inside. And Scott Palladino needs another timeout as Methacton bumps it up to 10 with 1:44 to go here in the first half. There you see.
An orthopedic institute is more than a name. It's a unique care model based on quality and compassion. Decades devoted to research and clinical trials, the development of new surgical techniques, and physicians who outperform the field. What you get from our institute is more options and more answers. For your orthopedic care, think Rothman first.
New office and 7-day urgent care now open in Limerick.
You know, Methacton's coming off a game where they knocked off Phoenixville. They had 4 guys in double digits, and you can see how they spread the ball around.
Wow, they're just a terrific team. I've seen them several times this year, and each time they don't disappoint. No surprise, them being the number 2 seed in District 1, the highest Quad A boys seed we've ever had in Pac-10 history.
Yeah, they play Friday, which they certainly don't want to look ahead to yet. They got a barn burner here. They play number 31 seed, Marble Newtown, Friday night. And there's a travel. Good team defense there, as again, Wade a little bit out of control. He's got to settle down, Jaron. You know, one of the things a lot of these young high school kids, they're thinking they're going to make a 10-point basket to get themselves right in there, Dave. You got to play good D and chip away.
Yeah, one possession at a time. I know it's a cliche, but it's so true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stay in the moment.
There's Tornetta. Wow, another 3. TJ Tornetta continuing his roll through the playoffs.
Beautiful penetration and kick and a feet set 3-ball. Methacton lighting it up from beyond here in quarter number 2.
Well, I think we're very prophetic, David, when you mentioned the same thing I was thinking. As good as Pottsgrove looked like they were playing in the first quarter, you looked up and they were only up by 1, and Methacton just stayed with it. They've got that experience. All seniors out there on the floor. Next thing you know is they're up by 13. And again, 1 and done. Good right that time by, and there's going to be a foul, a little frustration there on TJ Tornett, and I don't think Coach Durstein will be too upset about that. Pottsgrove needs a good look in the last 25 seconds.
Yeah, again, Fowler has the jump shot, but we don't see any maroon jerseys on the O glass. And that's really important that they give themselves second and third opportunities. Methacton is too worthy of an opponent.
Number 15 sophomore Patrick O'Neill checked into the ball game as Coach Durstein doesn't want anybody to pick up a cheap foul. And here's O'Neill back. There's a backcourt violation. And again, the wheels are starting to come off a little bit as Pottsgrove's starting to lose their composure.
Yeah, and that's a big thing for the Grove is to keep that composure and get the most out of every possession.
Absolutely. They
really need to be efficient and effective for the rest of this half and obviously for the second half.
There's Ardman, he gets stripped. There's Fowler. What a big bucket for Pottsgrove. What a big bucket. Oh! Michael Fowler with a good steal and a strip. Hey, we got a good one here. Methacton up by 11 going into the intermission.
I want a professional heating company with heating and cooling service plans.
A company that considers my needs.
I want the security of price protection plans.
Along with 24-hour emergency service and heating oil delivery.
I want comfort.
I want Ollard Brothers.
Ollard Brothers, still family and still local. Ask about our America-friendly and environment-friendly agri-fuels, bioheat, and biodiesel.
When it comes to heating
and the environment,
there's only one choice.
Thanks, Ollard Brothers.
For over 50 years, O'Donnell, Weiss, and Mattei has helped our clients resolve a wide variety of legal challenges. OWM Law provides legal representation to clients throughout southeastern Pennsylvania. Our attorneys and our highly trained support staff utilize the latest technology and resources available to satisfy the needs of our clients. O'Donnell, Weiss, and Mattei, delivering the highest level of professional service.
Gehringer Mechanical has operated in this community for over 28 years. Based right out of Boyertown, we work, live, and play right where you do. Big enough to handle any of your electrical, plumbing, heating, or air conditioning needs, yet small enough to offer the personal touch that a customer expects. I invite you to experience the level of service we can provide at Gehringer Mechanical.
At your Pottstown YMCA, there is something for everyone. Work out in the new Wellness Center. Participate in more than 50 free group exercise classes each week. Dive right on in and experience the difference at the Pottstown Y. Now, what about the kids? Well, get your game on or rock it out at dance class. In a world of new discoveries, right now, the Pottstown Y, a place the whole family can enjoy. Your YMCA, where we focus on youth development, health and wellness, and social responsibility. Now, for more information, like us on Facebook or visit phillyymca.org or just stop on by at 724 North Adams Street in Pottstown.
Hello, I'm Wayne Klein, President and owner of Klein Transportation, along with my wife Adele. We've been providing passenger transportation since 1957 for students going to Daniel Boone School District and charter business since 1979. Allison, our daughter, is actually the representation of the 4th generation of the Klein family.
We invite you to join us to go to many fun travel destinations. Our motto is half the fun is getting there. We are so proud of all of our staff of travel specialists. Whether you contact us by phone or online, we help you choose a Klein tour, a casino trip, or to schedule your transportation by motor coach or school bus.
Let's step on board and choose our next destination.
Leading scores for Pottsgrove, Michael Fowler with 10. Mr. Wade, Jaron Wade, doing a good job in his backcourt with 8. You know, we talked about the Methacton, though. We talked about their team. Look at that. 3 guys in double figures at halftime, David.
Yeah, and they shoot 72% from the field, 67 from beyond, 75 from the foul line. You should have a double-digit lead.
Well, we're going to be back with the second half right after this.
Allergies? Carpet One Floor & Home just made carpet installation healthier. Our new Healthier Living installation minimizes dust, mold, and allergens. Better than home centers, it's antimicrobial, hypoallergenic, simply cleaner. Breathe easier. You'll love it. A healthier installation exclusively at Carpet One Floor & Home. Beautiful. Made affordable.
Just down the street, there's a hardware store with great tools, products,
and expert advice.
We've got everything you need because we know the community
and we know our customers.
So next time you have a home improvement project,
drop by
your local True Value hardware store. True Value.
Start right.
Start here.
Your True Value expert is A.D. Moyer in Gilbertsville and Pottstown. On the web at admoyer.com.
Methacton's up by 11, and David, what's your halftime speech if you're Scott Palladino? What do you tell the guys?
Well, they got to stay in the moment like we talked about, one possession at a time. I like what you said about not worrying about trying to make a 10-point play, but let's get a 2, let's get a 3, let's get a rebound. Let's do those things. Let's get on the offensive glass and give ourselves chances and take care of the basketball.
Well, and it certainly wasn't a lack of effort. It's not one of them where you go in there and you try to rip the paint off the wall and say, what in the world did I just witness out there? Are you telling me this is basketball? Because it certainly wasn't that. Pottsgrove laid it all out. We saw a lot of floor burns out there, diving for loose balls. But you talked about the turnover deal. They have to value each possession.
Yeah, and they have to continue to force turnovers. You know, a real nice stat, Pottsgrove forced 11 first-half Methacton turnovers. They got to continue with that great aggressive D.
Well, we talked about the fact that Methacton has so many seniors, about that experience. And, boy, they did not get rattled at all when Pottsgrove went up early on them.
No, they didn't. They kept their composure.
Well, there's Wade doing what he did early on in the ball game, got to the bucket. That was not a force. He read the situation, and then he was able to deposit the little lay-in.
Nice ball reversal by the Falcons.
And one and done. This is the same way Pottsgrove started out quarter number 1. There's Fowler with another quick bucket inside. Michael Fowler now with a dozen as Pottsgrove starts with a 4-0 run. And here's the steal. And a pop and stop.
Ooh.
Little long on that one. That was Golston. Maybe didn't need that play after the steal. There's Dyer, 3 for 3 from beyond in the first half.
Yeah, that was a little bit of what you're saying about going for 10 points in 10 seconds.
There's Ardman. And there's Fowler in there clearing out. Gets a lot of rebounds for a guy his size.
He's just an amazing athlete, explosive, quick, does a little bit everything for the Falcons.
Well, again, a nice start for the second half by the Falcons, a 4-0 run. And there's Wade. Again, there's a little bit of a force, but Methacton finds itself all standing around looking at each other.
Good call. That was off Methacton. Fowler being aggressive and really scrapping in there.
Well, Methacton can't come out and be cocky and look around. Like I said, they had 3 guys all around that ball, and they all thought the other guy was going to get it. You have to stay aggressive. Not a good play by the Warriors.
Oh.
And there's going to be a third opportunity for Pottsgrove. They have to cash in.
Yeah, nice job, Fowler, keeping that alive. Would like to see him just catch it and take it back up and try to tip it, but I love their enthusiasm and tenacity on the O glass.
There's Dyer doing a good job of getting position on Hedgepeth. Anthony Hedgepeth has been pretty quiet in this ball game. Tornetta thought about it, pulled it back out. See Coach Durstein calling out some signals on the sideline.
He's not happy because Ardman ran a different play than what he called, but if he makes it, he won't be as upset.
In fact, a little cold to start second half. 0 for 3 to start. There's Mays, Jared Mays and Jaron Wade are the backcourt for Pottsgrove. Almost a walk there by Fowler as he got a little on the wrong page with Nazir Golson, wears number 3. There's Wade with a stop and a pop, and that rims out. Another big rebound by Tommy Dyer. Good D by Pottsgrove. That's the play that Methacton had a lot of success on early on in the game. As Sean Mann loses it going to the goal, however, Methacton will retain possession. Methacton scoreless here in the second half.
Yeah, it very much reminds me of the first quarter, how Pottsgrove played so well, and yet Pottsgrove's only leading this quarter 4-0. You would, just like we saw in the first quarter with Pottsgrove only being up by 1 at 10-9.
And that's going to be foul number 3 on Sean Mann, and Coach Durstein needs a timeout, as he does not like the mojo that's happening out here. Hey, the Phoenix tax promo, here it is. It is said there is only one thing certain about life and death and taxes. Tax time is here, and the tax tacklers are ready to take on your taxes. 24 years of experience, we know how to get you the best result. We don't just process it, we visit it. We plan your return. Check them out there on the website and give them a holler. Don't forget about our good friends at Klein Bus. They give tours. The next big one is coming up is the Flower Show down in Philadelphia, February 28th to March 8th. So give them a call or check them out on the website. Well, let's see what both coaches decided there during that timeout. Dave, nothing better for a coach than when you come out of the huddle and get a good look and a score.
Yeah, no question about it. Talk a lot about that, about confidence. It develops between the coaching staff and the players.
And a nice 6-0 run for the Grove. Got him back in the ball game, only down by 5.
Oh.
And there's a foul on Wade. Wade thought he had a strip. Actually, it's an 8-0 run if you count Fowler's bucket right at the end of the first half.
Yes.
It was 13, and Methacton was ready to seize the game and seize the momentum. Pottsgrove has got it back. Well, you knew they weren't going to quit, Dave.
No, absolutely not. They're too good. They're too tough. You know, they've responded so well throughout the year. They had that little bad stretch in January where they lost 3 out of 4, and I thought it made them a better team because they overcame some adversity and have played very well. And another turnover for the Falcons.
Well, like I said, they came off a real big win, too, against Phoenixville. You know, they held them to under 30% shooting, 63-47 in a big win in round number 1. And again, 4 guys in double digits. They shot 57 from the field. They held Phoenixville to 30%, so they could really been playing good up at this point. But then there's an air ball by Pottsgrove, and the Methacton student body letting them know about it.
Reminded them of the result.
Still a 5-point lead for Methacton. They have yet to score with 4:10 to go here in the third quarter, almost half the quarter, and Methacton has yet to get a bucket. That's Ellis back into game number 42. He replaces Sean Mann. Sean Mann has 3 fouls. He's going to rest by the coach there for a little while. Oh, nice dump. There they go. That's their game. That breaks the ice with 3:44 to go here in the third quarter. A nice dump inside to McCarthy. He now has an even dozen.
Great spacing by Methacton.
There's Goldston. Goldston with a big bucket. Boy, do they need that one from Nazir. That's number 24 on the season, so Goldston certainly can hit it from beyond. Oh, nice look inside. And Ellis blows the layup. He knew it. Little lackadaisical. He was so wide open. He was surprised how open he was.
That sometimes happens, especially in those championship games.
Well, Pottsgrove sort of bailed him out as they lost the ball out of bounds. It gives Methacton another opportunity. They're up by 4. There's McCarthy on the wing. That's Ardman, number 25. Oh, he dumps it off to McCarthy, and
Good
McCarthy
hands.
gets in. Yep, that's going to be on Jared Mays. Little 5'8" Jared Mays inside with the trees.
Boy, what a play by Ardman. He drove the baseline and was up in the air and out of position and kind of 3/4'd it behind his back.
McCarthy comes in only a 56%er from the foul line. So he makes usually about 1 out of 2. Let's see if he holds true to form here.
And Coach Durstein was really not totally happy with the team free throws throughout the year. They had some good stretches and some bad stretches. Would like them to be more consistent from the stripe. Oh! Wow.
That was Ellis there.
Here we go on the drive, and I think they're going to call the foul on the ground. As you see him jump on Fowler's back, I'm just glad he's all right. Take a look at it from another angle. There it is. You see Ellis coming down hard on Fowler.
Yeah, Fowler didn't appreciate the contact there, but there was certainly nothing malicious there.
No.
By number 42, Derek Ellis. There goes Fowler. That's how you answer it. You make a bucket. We got ourselves a 2-point ball game. We're back in this thing, David. Number 5, Taylor Hibbs, checks into the ball game for Pottsgrove, his first effort. And there's little Wade, runs it down, looks to push.
Pottsgrove doing a great job limiting Methacton to 1 shot and forcing some turnovers.
They're going to go to their Mr. Everything inside. A little strong off the back iron, and Tom Dyer sweeps.
Still a good shot, though.
Yep. McCarthy took his eye off the ball. There's Mays. Thought about it. There's Hedgepeth. Back out front to Wade. Wade with a dipsy doodle, can't go. And Dyer with another big rebound. He's having a heck of a game on the window.
That's one Coach Palladino would like to have back.
I think they might call a foul on Mays here. Yep, they're going to call another foul on Jared Mays. He picks up his second foul. Louis Gibbs is going to get back in. Golson's going to get back in.
Both teams are going about 8 deep and keeping people fresh.
That's Ardman. Stutter step with that left hand. They got to know he's left-handed by now. That's 12 for Ardman. As Methacton needed a bucket, went to their big gun. Wow, there you go, Nazir. Golson with his second 3. Timeout. Timeout on the field. We got ourselves a ball game.
It's a 30 for Pottsgrove.
Score with big savings at Saratoga Thriftway.
Our large selection of food, drinks, and household items at great prices will keep you coming back. Stop by the deli and order big party platters so you can be fully prepared for the big game. As always, our friendly staff and fast checkout will make your shopping experience quick and enjoyable. Saratoga Thriftway is celebrating our 14th anniversary of serving the Tri-County area, so stop by and check us out so we can check you out.
Pottsgrove on a 14-4 run here in the third quarter with 1:23 to go. Let's figure out what the strategy is. Sean Mann back in the ball game. Wow, coach is going to take a chance with 3 fouls on him. They want to get that senior back in there. Almost double dribble. There's Ardman with Mays.
See how far they're out on the perimeter now. They got their feet out on the 3 or beyond the 3 defensively, and that's what you have to do.
That's Golston with good defense there. Man can't find anything. Tough shot. Look at Dyer in there. Ooh. And they're going to call foul on Gibbs. Gibbs almost got the rip. Coach Palladino did not like the call.
Saying he got Dyer on the arm on the way up.
That's a tough call. You got to reach in and pull down. That's, you know, they get that call most times. After that big second quarter, Dyer's been quiet here in the third.
I think Coach Palladino posted his picture up on the chalkboard at halftime. Said, wanted, dead or alive.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dyer in the second half is 0 for 1. McCarthy 0 for 2 from the stripe. You talk about their woes. Deon Doctor, they're going to get Fowler a little bit of a breather here. Good move by Coach Palladino, getting to 52 seconds, and then also the break going into the fourth period so their star can be fresh. And he goes 0 for 2, and Deon Doctor with the drip.
Pottsgrove with a chance for the lead for the first time since early quarter number 1.
That's O'Neal out there with Gibbs. Gibbs is going to hold it. I'm a little surprised Methacton's not trying to force the issue there. They're going to allow Pottsgrove to hang around. I don't know if that's such good strategy. There's Hibbs. Tyler Hibbs. Wow, look at that shot by Mays. Oh, yeah.
Jared Mays with a little cue shot. Oh, what a response.
And Tornetta answers at the buzzer. Tornetta answers at the buzzer. What a big shot. As the Methacton faithful go nuts. Wow, we got ourselves a barn burner here. Methacton up by 2, 46-44. Stay tuned for the fourth quarter.
Woo!
If you've been injured at work, if you've been injured in a car accident, you're having problems with your neck, your low back, you're having migraine headaches. If you're suffering, you need to see us first. We can help.
There's that last sequence,
All
David.
right. Watch this great response by Methacton after the Mays cue shot. Big, huge 3 by Tornetta, showing his form from beyond.
This game is so big they even brought Bruno Mars in the house, David. Oh, this must be the championship game. They got the Big B out. Well, we're having a lot of fun here. What a great game. There's the big 3 ball by Ellis. Ellis jacked up. Derek Ellis with a 3. To start period number 4.
Pottsgrove has the lead for about 6 seconds, and Methacton answers with 3-3.
There's Hibbs. His first shot clanks off the iron. And there's Tornetta. And there's a little frustration on Tyler Hibbs. Another one of those 6'2" players off the bench for Coach Palladino.
As Fowler and Wade check in, Coach got him that minute and a half, 2 minutes, and they're staying in the game.
Not
the
that
rest
I
of the
think
way.
Michael Fowler needs it. He's certainly one of the premier athletes in this Pac-10. Been a heck of a player in both football and basketball for quite a few years here at the Grove. There's Mann back in the game with 3 fouls. There's Ellis looking inside. There's Ardman. There's that little interior cut that you talked about.
Yeah, they do a great job with that flex cut off the baseline. Whoa, great response, Doctor.
That's a good look by Fowler. He kept his eyes open as Methacton a little slow getting back defensively, and Dayon Doctor doing a good job of getting back. Pottsgrove getting that little gambling, scrambling defense right now. They're trying to get some steals and some easy buckets. They're trying to get a fast-paced tempo here. They want to get Methacton out of their methodical game. See if everybody can settle down into something now. There's Ardman. Look at that strong take with the left hand. He now has 16. Justin Ardman. There's Fowler, thought about it, but good job by McCarthy cutting off the lane. However, they forget about Doctor. Doctor with back-to-back baskets for the Grove. Methacton up by 5, 6:15 to go here in the fourth and final period. Oh, what a move by Ardman. Wow. Wow, Scott Palladino needs a timeout after that, baby. Wow, Justin Ardman.
Obviously their best off-the-dribble performer with some magic.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back.
America was founded on potential, on the idea that it's better to see things not as they are, but for what they could be. At Maaco, we don't think new is necessarily better. Sometimes the fact that it's yours is all that matters. So instead of giving up on the car you used to love, bring it to Maaco. We'll fix every ding, every scratch, and every faded spot. It's time to give your car a second chance at Maaco. It's time for a makeover.
Back here at Perkiomen Valley High School. Ooh. There's a little bit ahead of himself. That's Nazir. Little travel call.
All right, here's Ardman. Watch this little. Look one way, go the other. Great stuff. Why he's so valuable to this ball club.
Well, there you talked about that basketball IQ. That was just a nice stutter step move by the senior. And Jared Mays just sort of left in his tracks trying to find out where he got to. Big possession right here. 7-point lead for Methacton. Pottsgrove can't allow it to get too much more. That's good defense by Michael Fowler. Again, there's some of that defensive back, safety, cornerback abilities right there.
All orange on that defensive possession by Fowler. Wow.
Methacton retains possession. There's a guy they got to keep their eye on. Wade with a good move there of flicking that ball. Now Methacton will have to bring it in the full length of the court. Again, this is where you have to keep your composure. Pottsgrove wants helter-skelter. They want traps. They want easy buckets. Good hustle by Michael Fowler. Woo. Again, there's McCarthy in there, and he just doesn't grab the ball. He tries to volleyball it.
Great play by Fowler. Incredible save right there, all from Methacton.
I hope that doesn't come back to haunt Jared Wade there by allowing that ball to roll down there. You got to be careful. Methacton will come up with a strip. Oh, that's a tough bounce pass in there. Tight quarters. A
lot of white jerseys around Wade on that take.
Whoa, man, Justin Ordman says, I want to win this championship in my senior year. He's now got 20 to lead all scores.
He wants all the hardware. He wants the trophy and the MVP tonight.
The Methacton student body getting fired up again. This is great stuff, man. This is like a Palestra game, David.
Yep.
Fowler stops and pops. He can't get it, but look at that. Look at that athletic ability as he fouls his own shot. That's old school there. Follow your own shot.
Yes,
Dave.
it is. You don't see that very often.
No, you don't. They're usually running back the other way after they shoot it.
But again, that's the thing I thought Coach Palladino talked about at halftime. You've seen them be more active on the old glass, and it's certainly paid off.
Well, Michael Fowler did a good job of playing almost half of a game with 2 fouls, Dave. Picks up number 3 as Sean Mann will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Now it's interesting, Pottsgrove with 16 fouls, so any foul after this will be the bonus 1-and-1 for Methacton. With a 7-point lead with just over 4 and change to go, if they can do a nice job from the stripe, they have a good chance to close it out.
They're only 3 for 8 from the line. Now they're 4 for 9. So they're not setting the world on fire from the charity stripe. But if they make them in this 4th period, everybody will forget about that.
Some of the games that I've seen Methacton, they have come up big the last 4 minutes shooting the free throws, even though, as we mentioned earlier, Coach Durstein not being happy with the consistent foul shooting from the team.
One more shot for the senior, Sean Mann. He is 2 for 3 from the stripe. Make it 3 for 4. Again, there they go with that rolling ball thing. I'm not a big proponent of that. They're going to lose that if they're not careful.
It's a little early for that.
Yeah,
plenty of time.
I mean, pick the ball up as quick as Jaron Wade is. He can get that ball and get the ball up over faster than he can by letting it roll.
Wow.
Big 3 ball from Wade. And a timeout for Pottsgrove. It's down to 6.
30-second Pottsgrove timeout. I don't think change. Coach Palladino is going to take a full.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, which makes your facility safe and more efficient. We recommend smart solutions, and people get where they're going. We bring new ideas and help you build your business. Fast Signs offers more than signs and graphics. We're innovators, planners, and designers, and we're more than ready to help. For more information or to request a consultation, visit fastsigns.com.
6-point lead with 3 minutes and 57 seconds to go. The fact that Dave Ridenauer, Dave Caldwell, there's some of the helpers there, some familiar faces down there checking out everybody. 3 good men right there, that's for sure.
Good to see those guys.
Well, Pottsgrove needs a couple of stops now. They can't afford to change baskets with Methacton to see what Methacton comes up with. Dyer comes back to help out. It's always nice to have those outlets, the 6'6" guys. Pottsgrove with that 3/4 court pressure with their main guy out front. Look opposite. There's a guy who's been hot here in the second half. Ardman with 20 to lead all scores. Let's see if Methacton takes a little bit of time off the clock.
Coach Palladino counters with putting Fowler on.
Looks like he's on man right now.
Wade now has Ardman.
Wade only has 1 foul, so he can afford to be physical. Again, it looks like they're trying to chew a little clock. There he is. There he is. There he is. There he is. He loves that spot. And there's going to be a foul on Dyer at the other end, but that's number 4. 3 balls from Tommy Dyer. He loves that wing.
Big explosion of threes here the last 6 minutes of play. As Methacton was quieted for that 3rd quarter by Pottsgrove, and they have just opened it up from beyond.
Up to 9 points now, and again, Pottsgrove doesn't have to force. There's Louis Gibbs A little bit out of his range that time. Sean Mann shows some of that experience. He's not had his best game, but he's hanging in there. There's Tornetta. Look at this, baby. TJ Tornetta. He's got 11, and Scott Palladino needs another timeout, as it's now a 12-point game. Methacton is up by 12.
7 threes by the Warriors.
There we see the credits there at the bottom of the screen. There's our director and producer. Assistant director, Ms. Miller. As everybody's going a little crazy here. There's my man Jesse Urkel helping out in the truck. Oxenford, he helps out all the time. Big Dave, there he is. Matt Wagner up there helping us out, keeping us straight. And of course the Luke, Don Lupacchino.
Bringing you all the exciting action here on the PCTV network. Great job by our crew. Making us look good up here in the catbird seat.
Yeah, good vantage point up here at Perkiomen Valley. Remember, it's a 12-point lead now for Methacton. Pottsgrove, again, it's not panic time, but they can't afford to be wasting much time. And Methacton's going to keep them out there at that three-point line. There's Gibbs with a near turnover. Fowler bails him out. There's Mays. That clanks off. And again, there's Tornetta. You know, you talk about unsung heroes. There's one of them right there. TJ Tornetta. 11 points, big rebounds, heady play, no turnovers. There's Ardmans. He takes it. Look at Fowler with the quick hands. There's Wade inside, and a nice little reverse by Jaron Wade. He now has 15.
Pottsgrove has to be so efficient offensively. Each possession, they got to get something.
And that ball goes off of Wade.
Wow, how did Tornetta do that?
I don't know. I don't know. He was up in the air. He looked like the free safety that time.
Like, let's take a look at this. Watch Tornetta, as Dave mentioned, the free safety, he tips it.
He does.
It goes off Wade's
yes,
hand.
It did. It went off Wade's hand. Wade tried to sell it, but the referee had perfect vantage point. Good call by the Stripers. This has been a good game. Well refereed, well played.
And love the enthusiasm in the gymnasium.
Pottsgrove has to keep their composure right now, though.
Yes.
They played their hearts out. Win, lose, or draw, they have nothing to feel ashamed about. They got to keep their heads. That's going to be another foul on Wade, his second. Ardman goes to the line where he has 20. Shooting a 1-on-1 that you talked about. Making 21. Jeff Durstein's working the officials over there. He doesn't want to see anything get out of control. It's been a really emotional game. The fans, the players. There's Ardman with good D down the other end.
Using his length.
That's Gibbs. There's Fowler. There's Golston. A little short with that one, and there's Mann. There goes Dyer with a breakout. Wow, look at Fowler. Michael Fowler, are you kidding me?
He's made about 5 ESPN highlight plays tonight.
I'll say. Nalzir Golston.
There's a turnover.
And there's another turnover. Watch Fowler, David.
Oh, this is just amazing. Dyer's not, now he finally looks at look at that body control and SWAT, all orange by number 10.
And there McCarthy rakes him over the arm as he goes to the line. He's going to try to shoot a deuce now. He's got 16 on the ball game. But I tell you what, that stuff you can't coach, you can't teach. Michael Fowler, just a heck of an athlete.
And I love the Pottsgrove spirit. They're not going away. They're going to give it all till the buzzer sounds.
Well, you wouldn't expect anything else from Scotty Palladino and his gang.
Yeah.
You don't get this point. You don't get this far. They're number 4 in the District 1 AAA. They got a tough draw with Holy Ghost Prep on Saturday, but there's still a lot of time left to go in this one, down by 8.
No question about it.
As Fowler makes a pair. Where's the defense? Where's the defense? And there's going to be a foul on Wade.
Uh-oh, better watch
Wade's
it.
got to be careful.
Yeah,
Wade's got to be careful. That's a shame. Played such a good game all night, too. You got to keep your composure, Jaron. Come on, brother. So I said it's a very emotional game, emotion in the stands.
Yep.
If everybody's got to maintain their composure, it's a shame if something happens here at the end of this ball game, because this has been one of the best finals we've had in a while.
Yeah, great enthusiasm, great school spirit by both schools, and both teams represented with great effort on the court.
And Ardman again comes up a little short. Again, if there's an Achilles heel for Ardman, he is a 70%er though, but with his stroke, he should probably be closer to 80, David. Misses 2 of them. 55.5 to go.
That was the technical. Now here's a 1-and-1.
Yep.
And see, the other bad part about the tee is they retained possession of the ball.
Exactly.
You know, if you think about it, if it would have been 1-and-1, Ardman missed the first one, Pottsgrove probably has the rebound. They have the ball only down 7.
Yeah. Methacton up by 8 at 67-59 with 55 and a half to go. And there's Mays, there's Ardman. That's man. Got to get out of there.
He's out of bounds.
Timeout, though. Boy,
great call.
Jeff Durstein bailed him out there. You don't want to get in that corner, especially against a team like Pottsgrove. You have nowhere to go. That's going to be a full timeout for Methacton with 49.1 to go.
Great call by Coach Durstein, calling that timeout because he was about to fall in the lap of people in press row.
Well, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Pottsgrove is the 4th seed. They will play next Saturday, the 21st, against Holy Ghost Prep, who is the 5th seed in the AAA. And Methacton will play Marble Newtown this Friday night, as the 2 seed, taking on number 31. Hey, don't forget, we'll be over at Boyertown on Saturday night for the Pac-10 Wrestling Championship. Should be a good one. Get out there and check out all the guys. Boyertown, O&J, Springford, Upper Perk, all those guys, man. Jordan Wood is back. It should be very, very exciting. Timmy Seislove and all the guys down there doing a good job. Wrestling was very, very top shelf this year in the Pac-10.
Awesome, awesome teams in our Pac-10 District 1. You guys have done a great job. Enjoy watching the telecast.
Don't forget the girls will be right, where are they playing? Back here tomorrow night?
Phoenixville.
Phoenixville. Okay, they'll be at Phoenixville tomorrow night. Should be a good one. Those Boyertown Bears, undefeated, going up against my guy, Johnny Straught, and the Perk Valley Lady Vikings, man. Watch out for my man, Johnny Straught. Man makes the first one. He's been perfect, 3 for 3 here in the 4th quarter. Make it 4 for 4. 10-point lead with 40 seconds to go.
Double dribble.
Yeah, Dayon Doctor has had his foot on the line. Another turnover. He talked about those turnovers. Okay. Good play by Mays. Will walk the floor, and Ardman will get another chance.
Mays fouls Ardman.
Yeah, now they're
thinking Hayes missed a couple, will foul him.
That's 23 for Justin Ardman on the night.
And couldn't have had it on a better night for Coach Durstein and the staff and the Warrior faithful.
Make it 24. What a night for number 25. There's Michael Fowler. They're going to give him a roll to the basket. I tell you what, Michael Fowler leaves it all out on the floor, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Just so incredibly impressed with his athleticism.
I'll tell you what, we're going to miss him around here. I had him on the Monday morning quarterback a few times. He was a player of the week. He was my offensive player of the year. Defensive player of the year. Connor Garrickson from Methacton was the offensive player of the year. And just a nice young guy, too. Hope for nothing but the best from Michael Fowler. Sean Mann goes 5 for 5 from the stripe here in the fourth. There we are. Good stuff up here, David. How about 6 for 6 for Sean Mann here in the fourth quarter? Fowler can't get it. Doctor tips it up. Methacton, Pac-10 champs. What a game, what a game. A lot closer than his final score too, David. It was a good, solid game, good effort on both sides. Methacton wins the championship, 73-63.
No question about it. A lot of joy on those white uniforms, being in the finals 3 straight years and finally cashing in those 7 seniors.
Meet Joe Can Do That. Joe Can Do That can fix anything. He can fix your car. He can fix your vacuum cleaner. He can even fix your electrical problems. But do you really want him to? Call Gehringer Mechanical today for all your electrical needs. Joe Can Do That does.
Performance Spine and Sports Physician is the region's leading provider of spinal and musculoskeletal rehabilitation and pain management, offering 3 convenient locations, 2 physical therapy centers, 2 procedure rooms, 3 electrodiagnostic centers, and even an ultrasound suite. Working closely with your primary care doctor and other local community health providers to give you unparalleled service. Most of the procedures performed are X-ray guided, minimally invasive interventions, and typically only require local anesthetics. They are FDA approved and covered by most health insurance providers and Medicare. Patients are usually able to resume normal activities the very next day, and there is little or no discomfort involved. We are committed to delivering high quality, efficient, and comprehensive treatment in a compassionate and caring environment.
We're back here at Perkiomen Valley High School. Dave Reinauer, Dave Caldwell, and David, 73-63. Methacton wins a big championship. What a total team effort by the Warriors.
Yeah, total team effort. They get 4 guys with double figures. Ardman leads the way with 24. They shoot 8 3 balls, 8 for 14 from beyond, which is incredible. A big fourth quarter, and those seniors really wanted this game. They talked about having, that revenge factor for losing the last 2 championships. They got what they wanted tonight with a tremendous performance.
And of course, a big 8 for 10 from the foul line in that all-important fourth quarter.
Yeah, they knocked them down when it mattered most. Under 4 minutes, they went 8 for 10, the sign of a championship team.
Now, Pottsgrove, on the other hand, certainly nothing to be ashamed of. Michael Fowler, Mays, Wade, those guys played their hearts out.
They played their hearts out. They were so enjoyable to watch. You love the effort and energy from their team. They have nothing to be ashamed of. They had a great effort tonight, and I know that them and Coach Palladino will be ready for that big District 1 matchup coming up on the 21st against Holy Ghost Prep.
Okay, but again, the final was 73-63 as the Methacton Warriors win the championship in the boys Pac-10 final. Make sure you stay tuned for the girls final tomorrow night, and Saturday we'll be over at Boyertown for the Pac-10 Wrestling Championships. For Dave Caldwell, I'm Dave Reinauer. Thank you for watching.